T205 set, which really was a successor to T206. T206 came out in 1909. These three cards, as part of the T205 set, came out in 1909.
Having the ball put in play every once in a while.
That's right. All of a sudden, George Kirby can come up.
Shanuel at first base, and that'll help George on the pitch count, Gary, in the early part of the game.
Yeah, good to see. He's gotten a ton of ground balls this year. It's very helpful when the ground ball is right at somebody.
No doubt about it. That'll bring up designated hitter Jorge Soler. Angels playing some pretty good baseball right now. They won their last two games against the A's. Here's the pitch on the way, a fastball for a strike to Soler, 0-1, and 6 of their last 8 games. Angels come in with a record of 36-49, last place in the American League West. They have occupied the 4th or 5th spot in the West for years. Pitch on the way and a swing and a miss by Soler, to sweeper. That was down and away, and the count is now 0-2. But for the Angels, it's been a rough go for a number of seasons. They spent a lot of money down through the years. The windup and the 0-2 on the way to Soler. It is just a bit outside. And Kirby thought it was going to be strike 3. Started off the mound, but it's ball 1. 1-2 the count. Kirby will rack up a lot of strikeouts. 84 strikeouts for the season. The windup and the next pitch of the way. Swinging a foul back behind the plate. And the count is now and stays at 1-2 strikes. For George's first start against the Angels this year, career-wise, 7-4 against the Angels, but he really dominated against the Angels last year. 3 starts against the Angels, 3-0 with a 2.79 ERA. The windup and the 1-2 pitch, check swing. It's down and away. Did he go? He did not. The appeal to the first base umpire, and the count evens on Soler at 2 strikes. By the way, Chris Guccione is the home plate umpire calling balls and strikes. Nestor Ceja at first, Charlie Ramos at second, David Rackley, the umpire, at third. Here's the pitch on the way, and it bounces in and off the glove of Cal Raleigh. Ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So George out in front of the count early, but now Soler works at full. If you just tuned in, the Angels have taken a very quick 1-0 lead. A leadoff double by Neto and a base hit to right field by Denzer Guzman. The windup and the 3-2 pitch, swinging a ground ball to up at third. Right there, J.P. Crawford. Toss across, wide, but a long reach by Naylor keeps his left foot on the bag, and it's in time to get Soler, and that will retire the side. Well, the Angels get a run, 1 run on a couple of base hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Our Mechanics Bank score, it's the Angels 1 and the Mariners.
Let's take a trip around baseball for a look at some of the funkiest moments from the field.
And now he slips and falls. The ball gets by him. No, it wasn't me. No, not me.
And it hits him right in the tucks.
Pitches that took the bat right out of their hands.
Terang didn't see it.
Man, that's tough luck.
With that wand ready to wave some magic.
It goes way over Devers' head at first.
There's a big cockroach in the dugout, apparently.
But for every time you fall, you can always get right back on the horse with a fine fielding play.
Melendez over, dives, makes the catch. Off his glove, there's no way. Oh, how about that?
A sensational catch.
By Ryan Walshman.
Torque meets railing, and Torque wins.
It's gone! What a day! Brian Reynolds robs Ohtani.
It's showtime.
And that might be the play of the year for the Ball Dudes.
How about that?
There's the bunt. That could be trouble as Petrie. No, Stevie dives in and beats it. Good effort by Steve Lyons.
That'll be a base hit right there. Good job. I'll tell you one thing, not a bad defensive play either by the Tigers.
Did you see that? He's going to get the dirt out, and all of a sudden he unbuckled his pants and they fell down.
Make the plans. Live a little, because legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2026 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
1-0 Angels, bottom of the first inning. J.P. Crawford will lead things off. On the mound, Ryan Johnson delivers a fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1 on J.P. Johnson, 1-2, only his 7th appearance of the year, 4th start He delivers low and inside for ball one, 1 ball and 1 strike. Mariners saw the Angels very early in this season, and that was in Anaheim. Johnson was scheduled to get a start in that series. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss by Crawford, and the count 1-2. He took very ill, could not make that start. And so now he's looking at the Mariners for the first time this year. Young man out of Dallas, Texas. Second round pick by the Angels in June of 2024. The windup and the 1-2 to Crawford inside, ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. He appeared in only 14 games last year, all in relief. He was 1-1 with the Angels with a high ERA of over 7. The windup and the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. One hopper taken by Neto behind the bag. Sidearm throw to first is in time to get Crawford. And there's one out for the Mariners here in the bottom of the first inning. 1-0 Angels. Say, friends, when considering a Volvo, people should come to Sandberg Volvo Cars in Linwood to experience the Sandberg difference. The only Excellence Award winner and family-owned and operated Volvo dealership in the entire Northwest. You're going to come in as a friend and leave as a member of the family with a great car. See great reviews at SandbergVolvoCars.com. Here's Julio, the pitch on the way, and a swing and a miss, and the count is 0-1. Julio batting .253, 14 home runs, and 40 runs batted in. The windup and the pitch. Strike call, the count 0-2. Gary, has Julio reached that status where all he has to say is his first name?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
Everyone knows who you're talking about.
So like Madonna, Cher, swinging a ground ball, 2-hopper right behind the bag at second. Perez is there, the throw to first, and it's in time to get Julio, and right away 2 outs. So like Cher, Madonna, Gary.
Yes.
Rick. Maybe not. The other 2 guys.
Riz, for sure.
But, yeah, we haven't reached that first name status.
I don't think I'm ever going to reach that status, so no problems there.
Julio's there. Julio Rodriguez. Here's Dom Canzone. The pitch on the way to swing and a miss. And a sinker. The count is 0-1. Ryan Johnson. Last win had his best start of his career. Young career. 5-1 win against the Orioles. 6 scoreless innings. Gave up 1 hit. Here's a swing and a 2-hopper right to the second baseman again. Perez is there. Throws the first in time to get Canzone right away. 3 ground ball outs. As Johnson has the second ball working to retire the side. We go to the top half of the second. Our mechanics.
Right back to the mound. Good stab by Mulholland. And throw what? He ball stuck in his glove. The ball stuck in his glove, and that's why he ran so far at first he couldn't get it out. And then he attempted to lob it with his glove hand, and the glove went with it. And Brenly caught them both. This is a classic.
In a big-time spot here in the 8th. It's the 2-2 pitch. Yelich, a high drive, deep right, down the line, fair, and gone! Yelich delivers in the clutch. And he left nothing in the tank.
My God, how far did that go?
A bomb 421 feet away.
My goodness.
Christian Yelich, a 3-run blast.
Great thanks to all the guys for joining us tonight celebrating the OC bobblehead.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Well, we head to the top half of the second. Our Mechanics Bank score. It's the Angels 1 and the Mariners 0. Rick Riz along with Gary Hill Jr. and Mike Lefko on pre and post. Wade Meckler will lead things off. Angels left fielder. And some young players in this lineup. since the start of the season. George Kirby fires away high and outside for ball one. Meckler making an impression, batting .283 with 2 home runs, 15 runs batted in. Down in the minors, hit .315 with 4 home runs, 14 runs batted in. Next pitch on the way, a strike. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Angels with a new manager, Kurt Suzuki, and a new GM, John Mozeliak, as we mentioned. Barry Minasian let go of the GM. Next offer is swing and a miss, and the count is 1-2 on Meckler. And when you take a look at the Angels organization, they've really had so many changes in theories and philosophy because they've had so many managers over the last 8 years. Over the last 8 years, they've had 5 different managers. Next offer on the way, and a swing and a miss by Meckler for strike 3. And that is strikeout number 1 for George Kirby. So 1 away for the Angels here in the top half of the second. That'll bring up right fielder Joe Adell. But when you have 5 different managers, you can also say 6 because Ray Montgomery took over in between during a managerial change. You know, that's a lot of shift in thinking and planning. Here's the windup to the pitch on the way to Adell. Swinging a line shot center field. Julio is there. He makes the catch. That was a rocket off the bat of Adell right to Julio in center. That ball was scorched, and there's 2 outs right away for the Angels here in the top half of the second. But 5 managers, you just don't have that consistency. That's why the Angels were successful for a number of years, because Mike Scioscia was there for such a long time. Here's Oswald Peraza, second baseman for the Angels. The wind on the pitch by Kirby. A fastball is high and outside for ball 1. I mean, the Angels in that 8-year period had Brad Ausmus, Joe Madden, Phil Nevin, Ron Washington, Montgomery, and now Kurt Suzuki. Next offer on the way, and it's inside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. The Mariners had their best success. Lou Piniella was here for 10 seasons, working with Pat Gillick and Woody Woodward. Here's the windup and the 2-0 pitch on the way to Peraza. Swinging a broken back ground ball at the side of the mound. Rolling out to Young at second. Cole's got it. Throws the first in time to get Peraza. That's going to retire the side. And 1-2-3 go the Angels here in the top half of the second. After 1.5, our Mechanics Bank.
During the offseason of 1888 to 1889, Spalding took a group of big leaguers on the first worldwide barnstorming tour.
This is Spalding.
Yes,
you look at the Spalding, you're like, wait a second, now this is the backstory. Okay, this is great.
Stops included New Zealand, Italy, France, and even Egypt, where they played in front of the pyramids. Spalding's contributions to baseball history don't end there.
Do you know the story of Doubleday and the invention of baseball?
Please
tell us.
Enlighten us.
When a 71-year-old Cooperstown native came forward, baseball officially had a birthplace in Cooperstown.
If I'm in the presence of this baseball, does it like give you powers to become a better baseball player?
I've been here 5 years and playing baseball through all of it. I don't think I've gotten better.
And whether it's the World Series or the wonders of the ancient world, there's no debating that baseball connects us all.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
The people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on, so I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park, and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right on a cliff.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Angels lead 1-0 as we go to the bottom half of the second. That's your Mechanics Bank score. Randy Rosarena will lead things off. Here's the pitch to him. A fastball for a strike, 0-1. Randy, 8 home runs on the year, batting .283. One of the more consistent hitters during the season. Johnson's next offer is low and inside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to go along with 36 runs batted in. He's getting his votes for the All-Star team. Now the windup. Johnson doesn't waste any time. The 1-1 swinging a foul off the netting. High above the Mariners' first base dugout, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Rosarena, Naylor, Cal Raleigh. Mariners here in inning number 2. Brian Johnson, 23 years of age. The windup and the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a pop-up out of play on the first base side, and the count is still at a ball and 2 strikes. Well, time now for our Men of Steel report, brought to you by Steel Outdoor Power Equipment. How about George Kirby and his success against the Angels last year? 3-0 against them. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's down low. Ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And had a 2.79 ERA. Tonight's Men of Steel report brought to you by Steel Outdoor Power Equipment. Here's a swing and a fly ball deep into the gap in left center field. Going back is Meckler calling for it in front of the warning track, and he's there to make the catch. So 1 away for the Mariners here in the bottom of the second. So visit SteelUSA.com or your local Steel dealer today. That'll bring up first baseman Josh Naylor. Well, tonight we're giving away thousands of Cal Raleigh's Pop Collectible. Great crowd tonight for the opening game of the series on a Monday night. Cool gray skies high above us. The windup in the pitch to Josh Naylor is inside for ball 1. Gary, tomorrow night, a huge night here at T-Mobile Park. Italian Heritage Night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Here's the pitch on the way. Swinging a drive. Foul out of play down the left field side. And the count is even on Naylor at 1 ball and 1 strike.
You're going to be busy.
Going to be a lot of red, white, and green around the ballpark. Yeah, I'm going to be doing something on the field. And during the pregame ceremony, it's going to be fun. Here's the next offer. Swinging a chopper. Fouled away up the first base side. And the count 1-2. As everybody knows, my real name is Rizziatiello, Rizziitiello. My grandfather came over from Amalfi with 2 brothers, my great-uncle Louis, great-uncle Albert. My Uncle Louis, great-uncle Louis, kept a Rizziatiello, and I met my cousin for the first time a few days ago when you guys were on the road. Michael Rizziatiello makes his home now in Richmond. It was great to see Michael and his wife and their baby, Vincent. It's great to catch up. Here's the windup by Johnson and the 1-2 on the way to Naylor, and it's high and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So coming out tomorrow night for Italian Heritage Night here at T-Mobile Park. Cal Raleigh due up next. The windup and the 2-2, swinging a ground ball up the first base line right near the bag. Shanuel's got it. Steps on the bag for the out on Naylor, and there's 2 away. 1-0 Angels. That'll bring up catcher Cal Raleigh. Cal now 8 home runs on the year. Got his first home run since coming off the IL a few days ago. And that's always a good sign. 21 RBIs on the year. And 8 home runs on the season. This guy hit 60 home runs last season. Here's the pitch on the way. Low and outside for ball 1. More than any catcher in the history of the game. More than any switch hitter in the game. He outran Mickey Mantle for home runs by a switch hitter. Here's the pitch on the way, low and outside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. More home runs by any Mariner in history. Ken Griffey Jr. at 56. But 60 home runs for a catcher is just unbelievable. Here's the windup and the 2-0 pitch to Cal. Swinging a ground ball, foul up the first base line, and the count is now 2-1. Considering that is the toughest position on the field, the way he got banged up so often, as he does every year, but still was able to put up 60 home runs, tying Babe Ruth for 3rd all-time in American League history. The pitch on the way, and it's outside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Cole Young is due up next. But Cal can tie up the game with the swing of the bat, the windup by Johnson, and the 3-1 pitch is a strike on the inside corner, full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Brian Johnson was a compensation pick by the Angels when the Angels lost Shohei Ohtani to free agency when he signed with the Dodgers. That's how they got Johnson. The windup and the 3-2 on the way, swinging a pop-up, shallow left field, going out to third baseman Guzman, calling for it, near the line, he's there, and he makes the catch, and that will retire the side. We go to the top of the 3rd, our Mechanics Bank score. It's the Angels 1 and the Mariners 0.
Texas, this is the Grand Slam burger. So 2 patties, brisket, caramelized onion, American cheese, ranch aioli or ranch mayo, if you will.
Oh yeah, we're in Texas.
Yeah.
It's something that you definitely want to take a picture of and just put on the gram. I took a bite of it, but it still looks dope.
It's a burger that looks great, but also delicious.
Austin Slater swings and misses at a slurve that hit him, and he is down on strikes. That's marginally embarrassing.
He's going to make sure the hair is in decent shape. That moved the rally cap to the other side of the head.
Oh, look out. Big fella lost his shillelagh on that pass.
We got a ferry boat upside down, the Collector Cup. Raising the bar for all of us.
Hot shot. The ball bounced off his glove and he started, oh my, wow.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
It's the Mariners and the Angels, game 1 of this series. 1-0 Angels with the lead, your Mechanics Bank score. George Kirby's retired 5 in a row, went 1-2-3 in the second. He'll face Josh Lowe, the center fielder, to start things for the Angels. You're with us inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. Kirby stares in. He goes into the wind. Here comes his first pitch of the third inning. Swung on, popped up. Left field, foul territory, twisting out of play as Randy gives it a look. So George gets ahead. These teams met earlier this season, a series that the Angels took 2-1. A very frustrating series for the Mariners looking back on it. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, fought off foul into the seats. Mariners won the first game of the series on a Friday night in 10 innings, 3-1. It was a good start to the series, and then things went sideways from there. Here comes the 0-2. Upstairs. Game 2 was the Joe Adell robbery game. The Mariners lost 1-0 to the Angels as Adell robbed 3 home runs in the game, which is incredible to look back on. The 1-2 swung on, fouled away.
Took home runs away from Cal Raleigh, Josh Naylor, over the wall in right field, over the yellow stripe in right field, and then went diving into the seats in the right field corner to take a home run away from J.P. Crawford.
Yeah, 2 of those
and they
late.
lost 1-0.
Yeah, in the 8th and 9th. An incredible individual day. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, ground ball, foul. It's hard to imagine a player having a better defensive game ever than that.
That was it.
In a 1-0 game. He did it.
Emerson Hancock went, 6 in the third innings, gave up 1 run?
Yeah. Here comes the 1-2. Fought off foul. Stays alive. 97 on the 4-seam.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
It really was. And then to add to the frustration, the Mariners were walked off in game 3 in 11 innings, 8-7 the next night. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, lifted left center field. Julio jogging over. Randy there as well. Who wants it? It's going to be Randy to take it. Attention Mariner fans, play Mariners Bingo presented by Farmers Insurance at marinersbingo.com. No need to be at the stadium to join the fun. You can get awesome prizes like tickets and autographed gear from your favorite players. It's free, it's fun, it's all Mariners baseball. marinersbingo.com to start playing. Here's Logan O'Hoppe, the catcher for the Angels, the pitch. It's in there, over the corner for a strike. What's funny about that game, not funny if you're a Mariners fan, if you fast forward a few weeks from there, Adell, he was going back on a ball. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on, smoked, left field line. It is tailing, that's into the seats, foul. He was going back on a ball, trying to make the catch, and the ball hit his head and went over the wall, so he gave a home run back.
Yeah, why couldn't
just
he have
wasn't
done
to the
that?
Mariners. Yeah,
against the Mariners. Yeah. One of the funniest things I've ever seen was Jose Canseco when he was playing for the Rangers. Went back, reached up for a fly ball up against the wall, hit him in the head, and the ball hit off his head over the wall for a home run. I love the response of David Holtz who was the center fielder, he was just cracking up, and Jose went, "Where's the ball?"
Here's the 0-2 upstairs.
And Holt saw the tell him, it's over the fence. Hit it off your head for a home run.
Kirby winds the pitch. That misses low. That kind of happened in one of the most famous Mariners multi-home run games. Kyle Seager hit 3 in a game against the Tigers. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. That's a good pitch. Changeup. Diving away at the strikeout. Let's pause for station identification on the NC Machinery Mariners Radio Network. Top of the order, here's Neto. He doubled and scored the lone run of the ball game. It's 1-0 Angels. Here's the pitch. Swung on, skied left field, hit well. Randy back, racing back. He's at the track. He's at the wall, looking up. It is gone. Into the Mariners bullpen, Zach Neto. 18th home run of the year. He's given the Angels a 2-0 lead here in the third. He's been a real problem. A double and a homer.
How about the power from the leadoff spot you just mentioned? His 18th home run of the year. And in that game we were talking about where Adele stole the 3 home runs and they won the game 1-0, Zach Neto had a home run in that game.
There's Guzman. He singled in the first run. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. I mentioned that Kyle Seager game. He had 3 home runs in a ball game. The last one, the outfielder was going back. He was on the track. It went off his glove and over the wall for the third. The 1-0. Swung on, ripped right to second base. Cole Young has it, puts it away for the final out here in the third inning. But more damage done. A solo home run by Neto. So the Mariners chasing 2-0. We head to the bottom of the third. Your Mechanics Bank score on the end.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
I'm helping these kids be the best versions of themselves, and I'm also representing like where I came from. And then the Zilla team, I was working with a creative guy that was with Nike. I work with my best friend who manages this team with me. And we kind of just like put together like what we think would look cool. We went like Godzilla theme. You kind of get to help them grow up into a young man and help them just make the right steps forward. And that's really why I started it, to have impact.
Oppo Taco. I'm going to guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a...
Yeah, home run to the opposite field. You got it.
This is a good one, a hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack, you know, someone that's just nailing it in. Yeah. They're not putting their heart into it.
Getaway aboard Alaska's new 787 Dreamliner, featuring private suites with lie-flat seats, chef-curated food and beverages, and entertainment screens at every seat. Book your next adventure today at alaskaair.com.
Here's the first pitch to Cole Young, and he watches it over for a strike, a 2-seam at the knees. 2-0 Angels with the lead. You're with us inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. Mariners have gone 6 up, 6 down. Here's the pitch. Off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Zach Neto just homering. It's 2-0 Angels. The pitch. That's wide. 2-1. Johnson coming off the best start of his career. It's been a struggle for him overall. His ERA near 9 on the season, but was really good last time out. The 2-1. That's below the knees. 3 balls and 1 strike. Went 6 innings against Baltimore Allowed just one hit. Did not allow a run. One walk and 8 strikeouts. Here's the 3-1. It's over. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Young steps out to try and break up the momentum. Johnson stands at 6'6", peering in. Steps, deals. Swung on, ripped, center field, high, deep, back, it is gone! Cole Young, a solo smash, dead center field, and the Mariners take one back. A serious blast to dead center for Cole Young.
Guess it feels like he's back home in Pittsburgh, Gary. This kid is amazing. The power that he has in that stroke, pitch, middle in, and man, he got a hold of it. Great swing by Cole Young.
If you look at the Mariners in the month of June, that's really what's been missing. Here's the pitch to Robles. That's a strike. They're near the bottom in slugging percentage for the month. And they're near the bottom in runs scored for the month. So looking for the spark with the long ball. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, popped up. First base side. Oh, Hoppy off with the mask. He's going to watch that about 6 rows back. So it's 0-2 on Robles. Bottom of the third, 2-1 Angels. Mariners, their first hit, their first run. Johnson winds, delivers, swung on, hit high, right field. Adele barely has to move, one step over. Drops out of the gray clouds into his glove, one-hand catch, and that's the first out. Hey, cheers to 50 seasons. Enter now to win a chance to attend Seattle Mariners' 50 season celebration night thanks to Corona. Go to cbisweeps.com/Corona. Mariners 50 seasons to learn more. No purchase necessary. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Here's Colt. The pitch to him. It's a strike. It is Cal Pop giveaway. And on the scoreboard, as you look up at the Mariners being announced, Colt Emerson, it's Colt Emerson Pop on the scoreboard instead of the picture of Colt, as that pitch is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 in, 2-1 Angels. Johnson deals. Popped up. And it's into the Seeds third base side over the Angels third base dugout. Mariners wearing their home white uniforms. Navy helmets. Angels, their road red jerseys. Gray pants. Johnson, a lot of red stocking as he takes a kicking swipe at the rubber. Straddles the rubber. Bent at the waist. Now winds, deals. Swung on and missed. Not the fastball by Colts. That's his first strikeout. There's 2 away. Here's JP. He grounded to short his first time. Here's the offer. That's over for a strike. Mariners no chance to take first place back today as we take a look at the Northwest Chevy Equinox scoreboard. Rangers have beaten Cleveland. The pitch swung on, fouled back. 6-3 final. Texas gets the win. They scored 2 in the 7th and 2 in the 9th. So the Rangers now a game above 500. Here's the 0-2. Misses low. Tried a splitter. So the Mariners a full game back of the Rangers. They can take a half game from that with a win here against the Angels. The 1-2. Swung on a missed. Went upstairs on a cutter. He swings through the second straight strikeout, and the Mariners are done in the third. They get one back thanks to Cole Young. Swats a home run to center field. We head to the 4th. Angels 2, Mariners 1 on the NC Machinery Mariners Radio Network.
And he'll hit it in the hole. Tovar, a long throw from the outfield. Grass, they got him. Oh, my
goodness. Cruz the other way to deep right center, the other way, and Kaiser leaps and makes a phenomenal catch up against the wall.
Shallow, trouble. Griffin makes the play. Connor Griffin. Tremendous play by the Pirates shortstop.
Leaping catch by Curtis Mead for the out. Snow cone in the webbing of the glove.
Line to center. Pete Crow Armstrong in. Slides and he makes the catch. Great play by Pete.
The throw from Montgomery to second. Got him. What an arm from the rookie, Braden Montgomery.
By 10 makes the catch. A dazzling effort again from Abreu and a tip of the cap from Sonny Gray.
One's driven out to right field. That takes Nimmo back to the wall. He makes the catch.
Hit that wall hard, but he makes the play, and this one's over.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game, these games, all the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Will face Nolan Shonowell, the first baseman. Kirby into the wind. Here's the pitch. He sends a curve just below the zone. Neto doubled and scored in the first. Also a solo home run in the third, the leadoff man for the Angels. 2 runs, 3 hits. The pitch. Swung on, ripped on one hop right to Naylor. He backs up on it, has it. Underhand toss to George covering, stomps on first. There's the out. It's a nice play. Mariners getting their run, a solo home run by Cole Young. Our legendary moment of the game brought to you by Miller Lite. Legendary moments start with a light. When it's game time, it is Miller time. Here's Soler, the DH tonight for the Angels. 11 home runs on the season. Angels missing Mike Trout. Trout has 17 home runs on the year. Was having a really nice year. The pitch outside. A moment ago, we were talking off the air, and Rick had mentioned the Angels Hall of Famers. There's one wearing an Angels cap. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, hit hard to the left side, threw for a base hit. It splits Emerson and JP into left field, so a 1-out single here in the fourth. No doubt Trout will join that list eventually when he retires and waits the 5 years. But it did make me think, with the Angels having one Hall of Famer, how many teams have one or fewer? And I guess the list is a little longer than I thought it would be. The Marlins and Rays both have 0, but they haven't been around all that long, so that's not
98.
Yeah, that's not a big surprise.
Right.
They both have 0. Here's the pitch to Meckler. That's a strike. And then you have 4 teams with one Hall of Famer wearing their cap in the Hall of Fame, the Angels being one of them. So there's 3 other teams with just one. Here comes the 0-1. That's in there for a strike. Ooh, and he challenges it. He's going to be right. That curveball looked below the zone. Meckler chewing gum with a big, bushy red mustache. And he's correct. So, count goes to 1-1.
Mustache goes with his uniform.
It really does. It matches perfectly. So, the Arizona Diamondbacks have won. Randy Johnson. Again, a pretty young franchise. The 1-1. Misses low. 2 balls and 1 strike. The Kansas City Royals. It's just George Brett.
Just Brett, that's
yeah.
it. Yeah.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, runner at first. Here's the pitch. Swung on, little looper, left field base hit. It sneaks past Emerson into left. And the Angels now with runners at first and second and one down. The final team surprised me. I guess in my mind they had more than just one, but the Toronto Blue Jays just won. Should I wait for you to guess? Is that what's happening?
Oh, my goodness. I should know this.
Here's Joe Adele. So runners on first and second now, one out. Mariners trailing by one.
Robbie Alomar?
That's right. You got it.
I was saying he was with Cleveland for a long time, so, guys like that spend time with other teams.
Here's the offer. Swung on, ground ball up the middle. Right there, Cole Emerson has it. Under on toss for one. Relay to first base. In time. Double play. And that's it for the Angels in the fourth. Nicely turned by the Mariners. A 0 on the board. We head to the bottom of the inning.
This is a good one right here. The Padres. Little pinstripe unis. We would wear these every Thursday. When I kept it, I wanted to keep it all dirty. I always felt like if you didn't get dirty in a baseball game, you kind of didn't really play that day. So I had my pine tar there, a little dirt in the front side of it, but the brown and orange, really cool cleats. All the fans really enjoyed it as much as the players did.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game, these games, all the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
At Mariners.com.
Mariners down 1, 2-1 the score, fourth inning. Johnson into the line, the pitch to Julio, swung on, hard ground ball, foul. Julio wearing aqua shoes as he stands in, sleeveless on a comfortable night, white batting gloves matching the white jersey top. Johnson's been tough so far. Tall, lean righty into the line, the 0-1. Swung on and missed. A herky-jerky motion. And a short arms the baseball. As Julio down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. He's creeping up on 50 pitches for the night. And Julio calls time, steps out. Johnson, who was a second-round draft pick in 2024 out of Dallas Baptist, and did something that is pretty rare. Here comes the 0-2, down low. He made the jump directly from the draft to Major League Baseball. He was drafted in 24 and then started the season last year with the Angels in their bullpen. The 1-2. Swung on, foul back. There's been 24 players that have made the jump directly from the draft to the big leagues. He's the most recent.
I talked to one before the ball game today.
1-2 is inside.
John Olerud.
Oh, yeah. One of the more famous ones.
Right out of Washington State, your school, to the Toronto Blue Jays.
The 2-2. Swung on, hard ground ball at the middle, through, base hit. Julio aboard. Yeah, no Mariner has done it, but Olerud is one of 3 players who have done it who have been Mariners.
Doesn't happen very often. I mean, coming right out of the draft to the big leagues.
Yeah. And as you can imagine, when you look at the list, there's varied success. There's the David Clydes of the world who went from high school to a pitcher, and then there's Dave Winfield, who was a Hall of Famer.
Right.
The other two besides Olerud, here comes the pitch to Canzone, is low. Mike Leake, who played for the Mariners, he went straight to the majors from Arizona State. And Mike Morgan, who pitched for the Mariners.
He was drafted by the Oakland A's right out of high school in Las Vegas.
Here comes the 1-0. Swung on, chopped foul as we take a look at our Who's Hot, brought to you by Fireside Home Solutions. Check them out for the perfect garage door, outdoor living space, or fireplace. Bellevue, Auburn, Spokane, or Portland, or firesidehomesolutions.com. Tom Canzone has been red hot in June, batting nearly .320, 5 homers, 3 doubles. See if you can plug a gap here. Here comes the 1-1. Inside. 2-1.
Playing on a sore hamstring.
Yeah.
And that's tough. He is so strong. It's his right leg. So his left leg is okay. You can push off that. But it's still tough.
Here comes the 2-1. Off the plate. You can see it, too, when he tries to run down the line. He's being very cautious with it, as he should. The Mariners really want his bat in the lineup, as this pitch has been challenged by Ohapi, and Ohapi wins it. It's a strike. So that flips the count. It goes from 3-1 to 2-2. 2-1 Angels. You're with us inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. Bottom of the 4th. Julio at first base. No outs. The pitch. Swung on it, ripped on one hop right to first base. Shonowell steps on first, now throws to second in time. Double play. Unfortunate, Canzone hit it hard, but right at the first baseman. They turn 2. And now the base is empty.
I was watching shortstop Zach Nettle. He was walking off the field. He thought there were 3 outs. He got to third base. Went, oh, my bad.
Here's Randy. Whoops. He's all smiles now.
Yeah.
Here's the pitch. And that is just outside.
I can understand. You turn a double play out. Didn't we get
all
an
right,
early
that's
out
it,
before
yeah.
that? You know? Wasn't there enough? Nope.
Here's the 1-0. Inside, and that hits Randy. Well, Randy jogs to first base. Different look for Randy. Oh, that's the good kind of hit by pitch. I think that was just Jersey. That's what you want.
If that was me, that would have hit more than the Jersey. Yeah.
Here's Naylor. So the tying run at first base and Randy. The pitch. Swung on, fouled off. Randy, of course, is dealing with a hamstring as well, off the IL. So he has not been aggressive on the bases, as you would assume. Does have 19 steals on the year. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on, soft ground ball left side, scooped up by Guzman. Now he drops it. It's through his legs, then trickles down the line. Here comes Randy. He steams to third. Naylor glides into second. It's an error on the third baseman.
I was talking with some of the Angel guys before the ball game about this kid. They said he's been playing great defense over at third base, and he has, but this time he comes up just a little bit too early, trying to get the out at first on Naylor, and it came up too early underneath his glove and got down the line, and everybody's able to advance an extra 90 feet. So now the Mariners have the tie and run over at third, and the go-ahead run is on at second base. Let's see if the Mariners can capitalize right here with Cal Raleigh up there.
Yeah, golden opportunity for the Mariners right here, as Cal Raleigh will stand in. Saw some good signs from Cal to end the road trip. Really starting to hit the ball hard, drawing walks, reaching base. A single right here could give the Mariners the lead. Trailing 2-1, bottom of the 4th. Cal popped up his first time. Johnson from the stretch. Here comes the pitch. That's a strike.
Cal had a great quote after the ball game last night in Cleveland after the tough loss. He said, we got to play all 9. We got to do the little things right with runners in scoring position. Put the ball in play.
Here's the 0-1. Swung on, broken bat, looper left field, falling fast, it's down, it's a hit. Randy scores. Here comes Naylor, seams around third, the throw home, it's late. He slides at first, safe, and the Mariners have taken the lead. Cal Raleigh, a 2 RBI base hit, just what the Mariners were looking for. It's 3-2 M's.
Well, that's what Cal Raleigh was talking about. Put the ball in play, do the little things right with 2 outs and 2 on. Put the ball in play, softly hit out of left center field. It's a line drive in the old scorebook. And with 2 down, the Mariners take the lead. Cal Raleigh comes through with a huge hit with 2 outs to drive into here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Good hustle by Naylor.
Yeah, he was running hard the whole way.
Yeah.
Here's Cole Young. He homered last time. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, line drive, base hit, left field. Cal will check into second base. The Mariners keep it rolling. Now runners on first and second. That error really opened the door, and the Mariners taking advantage.
Man, that's a great swing right there. Didn't try to pull it. It was a pitch of sailing down and away, and Cole Young just stayed right behind him and took it the other way into left field. Great hitting right there. First at bat, home run. This time he does exactly what he needs to do with the pitch where it was located. Didn't try to pull it. Got a huge base hit.
Here comes pitching coach Mike Maddox. He's going with the 2 shoulders to start the conversation. So that's when you know things are pretty serious. Talking to his young pitcher Ryan Johnson, who has struggled overall this year, but coming off of a brilliant start. Just 1 hit, no runs allowed in 6 innings against Baltimore, but things have started to unravel here. We'll see if the Mariners can keep it cooking as Victor Robles will bat.
Here, this is just what the doctor ordered for this ball club. The Mariners had that string of 12 games with 3 runs or fewer. Finally broke that with 5 yesterday in Cleveland, and now they just have to continue to add on and take advantage of that error by Guzman at third base.
So Victor will bat. He flew out to right his first time. Guzman, the third baseman, he's playing in near the grass. Cal at second, Cole Young at first. Here comes the pitch. Swung on a miss. Tried to hold a swing, couldn't do it. Looked like he was underwater on a sweeper. 0-1. Johnson over 60 pitches now. Here comes the 0-1. That's off the plate. Angels, a pitching staff that has struggled this year. Near the bottom 5 in ERA as a group, and it's been both rotation and bullpen. The 1-1. Way outside. A sweeper that misses. 2-1. Great to see runs early in this one for the Mariners. Looking for a big series and big homestand with the Blue Jays coming in next. Here comes the 2-1. Swung on, foul back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, 2 on. Mariners have taken the lead 3-2. Cal Raleigh, a 2 RBI base hit.
Great spot right here for Vic's first home run of the season.
Johnson from the belt. The pitch. Swung on, skied, right field. That's twisting into the seats out of play. We'll do it again, 2-2. All of a sudden, Johnson closing in on 70 pitches. Cal is lead at second. Cole Young at first. The 2-2. Off the plate. In fact, O'Hoppe had to lunge at it with the backhand to keep in front. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, with 2 outs, runners will get a head start. Johnson glove at his chest. Set. Deals. Swung on, club to center field. Late start for Meckler ranging in. Low there as well. Meckler's going to call for it in the gap. Catches it on the run. And that's it for the Mariners in the 4th. But damage done. They scored twice. Mariners have the lead, 3-2, as we head to the 5th.
Oppo Taco.
I'm going to guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a...
Yeah, home run to the opposite field. You got it.
This is a good one, a hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack, you know, someone that's just nailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
An easy one again for Olerud, or is it going to be? Oh, it's going to be neither.
Fly on the infield. Alicea coming in, and a collision, and the ball drops.
Popped up. Ordonez, Alfonso. Oh!
They both look at each other, and it bounces free. Shallow center.
Dropped the ball. Oh, and it drops it a couple of times.
Burrow doesn't see it. He doesn't see it.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Well, our Mechanics Bank score, it's now the Mariners 3 and the Angels 2 as we go to the top half of the fifth inning. Mariners have the lead for the first time in this game. Cal Raleigh with a huge 2-out, 2-run single to give the Mariners the lead in the bottom of the fourth. Oswald Peraza will lead off the fifth. Kirby delivers low and outside for ball one. Peraza 0 for 1 is grounded out to Cole Young at second base. Young, another fine ball game with a home run, giving the Mariners their first run of the game. Here's the pitch, a strike on Peraza as the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Doing the damage for the Angels here in the first half of this game. Zach Neto led off the game with a double, scored on a base hit by Guzman. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, and it's 1-2 on Peraza, and then Neto hit a home run to left center field in the top half of the third. The Mariners answer with 1 in the third and 2 in the fourth. The windup and the 1-2 pitch, swing and a foul out of play on the first base side, and the count is still a ball and 2 strikes. So we mentioned George, a victory on Tuesday in Pittsburgh, 3-2. That was his first win in 43 days. The previous win was on May the 11th when he beat Houston 3-1. The 1-2 pitch, swinging a chopper, fouled at the plate. Goes straight down and bounces off of Peraza. He's hurt a little bit. Ball picked up by Cal, and the count is still 1-2. Well, there's a young lady here at the ballpark tonight. So proud of her. Her name is Chloe Corbett, and she went to Stanwood High School. And she is one of our many Toys for Kids Dave Henderson Scholarship Award winners. She won the award a couple of years ago. Yeah, Peraza is hurt on that foul ball. So proud of Chloe. She's at Gonzaga University and studied abroad this past year over in Florence. And over the last 10 years, we have awarded through our Toys for Kids charity about $80,000 or $95,000 college scholarships. Chloe, one of the many recipients, and we're so proud of all our scholarship award recipients down through the years, which we started a year after Dave sadly passed away in 2015. But we're so happy for our young people who are recipients of our Toys for Kids Dave Henderson Scholarship Awards, and Chloe is one of them, and she's here with her mom and dad at the ballpark tonight. Here's the windup and the 1-2 to Peraza. Swing and a miss and a knuckle curve, strike 3. And there's one away for the Angels here in the top of the fifth inning. That is strikeout number 3 for Kirby. That was a tough at bat for Peraza. That'll bring up Josh Lowe. Well, time now for the roof report from 3 Tree Roofing. And the roof here at T-Mobile Park at a cloudy, cool night is wide, wide open. Lights are on and they're starting to take effect. Cloudy conditions we've had here the last few days. Here's the pitch on the way to Lowe, swing and a miss, and the count is 0-1. The roof report brought to you by 3 Tree Roofing, the #1 roofer in Washington. Go to 3treeroofing.com for a free estimate today. Wind up by George. He delivers. Swinging a line drive. Diving try by Naylor at first. Fair ball. Gets on by Josh all the way into the right field corner. Low heading for second. Up with the ball is Robles. Gets a throw in. Cut off by Young. And Josh Lowe checks in at second base. Standing up with a one-out double. And the Angels have the tying run on in scoring position. It's a curveball that was down and in. A little bit out of the strike zone. And Lowe hit it hard. Up the first base line. Naylor gave it a great try, diving to his left. So 1 on and 1 away, and that'll bring up catcher Logan O'Hoppe. O'Hoppe struck out back in the third. It's been a tough year for him, batting .235, but over his last 16 games, he's hitting .347 with 2 of his 4 home runs. The look in by Kirby, and the pitch to O'Hoppe. Swinging a fly ball out of play down the right field side, and the count is 0-1. So for all you incoming high school seniors next year, go to our website, our Toys for Kids website, tfkseattle.org, and find out more information about our Dave Henderson Scholarship Program. And maybe you may be one of our many scholarship award recipients next year, just like Chloe Corbett. Here's the stretch by Kirby. A look back at Lowe. Now a turnaround by George, looking Low back to the bag at second.
I just saw Hendu on a highlight. They were. It was the day that Dave Stewart and Fernando Valenzuela threw no hitters on the same day.
Here's the pitch. Swinging, that's chopped foul on the third base side. The count is 0-2 on O'Hoppe.
And for Dave Stewart's no hitter, Hendu was the one that made the final out. He had he knew it, big smile on his face, waiting for the fly ball, and made the catch, and a Dave Stewart no-hitter.
Dave Henderson was at the center of so many big hits, big plays, big wins. You know, when he was with the Oakland A's, and he got to start right here with the Mariners. The windup and the pitch on the way, and a swing and a miss by O'Hoppe for strike 3. That is strikeout number 4 for Kirby, and the Angels have 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. And Angel fans who've been around for a long time do not like Dave Henderson.
No, they don't.
Because in 1986, the Angels were a strike away from going to the World Series. They were playing the Boston Red Sox when Hendu was with Boston. And Hendu against Donnie Moore hit a home run to win that ballgame, eventually win that game against the Angels. Here's a turnaround and look by Kirby, but no throw back to second base. But Donnie Moore was 1 strike away from sending the Angels to the World Series in '86, but instead Hendu hit that home run, dashed the hopes for the Angels. The Red Sox went to the World Series this year because of Hendu. Here's the pitch, swinging a big chopper fouled away on the third base side. The count is 0-1 on Zach Neto, who's had a big night already. But Dave Henderson had some huge hits for the Oakland A's, for the Boston Red Sox. And he was the #1 draft pick in the history of the Mariners franchise.
Well, you think about it, Dave Henderson was on the field for the Bill Buckner play. He was on the field for the Kirk Gibson home run. He was on the field for the Quake series.
Right.
He hit himself that home run that you mentioned. I mean, he was involved in some of the greatest moments in baseball history.
And one of the greatest guys you'd ever want to meet. Retired after the '94 season as a Royal. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's down low on Neto for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. And then the following year, we hired Hendu to do radio and television with us, so I worked with him for about 14 years. And then in the fall of that year, Hendu and I came up with our Toys for Kids charity, along with Dan Wilson and Edgar Martinez, Jay Buhner. Pitch on the way, and a swing and a miss by Neto, and the count is down 1 and 2 strikes. Julio Cruz, John Olerud, Dave Valley. Dave Valley having his Esperanza charity event, the golf event at Snoqualmie Ridge earlier today. The look in by Kirby, looking for another strikeout. Here's the stretch. And the 1-2 on the way to Neto, and it's a breaking ball that's down low for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, Hendu was something special. He really was. He had a lot of fun when he played the game. He reminded us game after game after game that this game is supposed to be fun. It is a tough game. You got to go out there and have a good time. We saw that in junior. We definitely saw it in Dave Henderson for many years. The look in by Kirby, and the 2-2 on the way to Neto. It's a breaking ball in the dirt for ball 3. Full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And his grandson just came in the booth. Carter Henderson behind me with my little buddy JoJo, his other grandson. His son Trent is here. So the Henderson family well represented tonight. Love David. Here's the stretch. And the 3-2 on the way to Neto. Swing and a miss. Strike three and a changeup. And that's going to retire the side. Kirby strikes out the side here in the top of the fifth inning. No runs, a hit. And one man, the tying runner, stranded at second base. Halfway point, we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. And our Mechanics Bank score, the Mariners 3. And the Halo.
I was in AAA, and right before the game, they said, no, you got to stop. You need to hurry up and go to Cincinnati. You're about to go play a game there. You got 45 minutes till the game starts. So I get in my car, and I start driving, and all I keep thinking about is, which jersey are they wearing that night? So when I get to the locker room, I see my jersey hung up, and love the white jerseys, just the stitching on it, the old school feel to it.
Schlittler, 25 years old. He spent the season until June in AA last year, then moved up to AAA, and he was called up to the Yankees on July 9th, and what a difference he made. Swing and a miss. Gets him on the sinker. Swing and a miss. That's the sinker. 4 strikeouts in a row, 8 on the game.
Talk to me.
This is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun.
Yes.
2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha. And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bach beer.
Pick it up like a burger.
Pick it up like a burger and you just go in, man.
Let's go to town.
Yeah.
Dude. Best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had. I love this, man.
This is how I grew up eating hot dogs.
Well, we head to the bottom of the fifth inning. The Mariners leading the Angels by a score of 3-2. Rick Riz along with Gary Hill Jr. and our Dave Henderson Scholarship Award winner, Chloe Corbett. First pitch on the way to Cole Emerson. A strike. Next offer on the way. Gets out of the way of it for ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Hey, Rick, I just got a text from our good friend Tyler Kepner, who covers baseball for The Athletic. He's listening to
great writer.
Yeah, our Dave Henderson conversation. He points out.
Here's the next offer to Colt. Swing and a miss, and the count 1-2. Can't wait to hear this.
In the Buckner game, Hendu was the one that hit the home run in the 10th inning to give the Boston the lead. And as he points out, had they won that game, they would have built a statue for Hendu.
Right.
Right outside Fenway.
Here's a swing and a drive down the right field line. It's going to be a foul ball. Rattles around into the corner, and the count's still 1-2.
It gets lost because of the Buckner play, but Hendu gave him the lead in the 10th.
And then in the World Series against the Mets, he had a home run, a big home run. I mean, he hit big home runs, great plays. Hey, Tyler, thanks for listening, buddy. Here's the windup at the 1-2 to Emerson. It's inside for ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tyler should be in the Hall of Fame. Is he in the Hall of Fame as a writer? He should be. Thanks for listening,
He's
Tyler.
The best.
Outstanding writer, has been for years. Started right here, swinging a line drive, foul, out of play on the left field side, and the count is still even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Colt broke his bat on the swing. Working with Hendu on radio and TV, Gary, was just so much fun. Oh, he said Rizzo Kizzo all the time. And it was pure joy. See his picture on the wall in the hallway, all the history from Diego Segui all the way down to Rick Riz at the other end. It's pretty cool. The look in by Johnson. Here's the windup. And the 2-2 again is outside. Emerson, nice at bat. Ball 3. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Always great to hear from Tyler. I think he was with the Journal-American when he was here. PI. Here's the next offer on the way, and it's strike 3 called. Colt thought it was going to be ball 4. Popped out of the batter's box, but it's strike 3. And the Mariners have 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning, lead 3-2. Say, friends, on Saturday, July the 11th, coming out to T-Mobile Park for the inaugural Batter Up Brew Fest. Enjoy tastings from over 20 breweries and catch the Mariners road game against the Rays on the big screen. Tickets are on sale now at mariners.com/brewfest. Here's JP with a swing and a drive into the gap in left center field. On the run is Meckler, and Meckler is there to make the catch. Pretty good drive by JP Crawford, but 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Mariners up 3-2. And that'll bring up center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Julio got the big inning started for the Mariners in the bottom of the 4th with a single. Now Raleigh had the big hit, the bloop single with 2 outs to score 2 runs to give the Mariners their 3-2 lead. The windup and the pitch. Swinging a drive down the left field line, but pulled foul and way out of play. And the count is 0-1 on Julio. And the Mariners back in town, really need a win. The Rangers won again tonight. They beat the Guardians in Cleveland. Here's a swing and a pop-up. Whip into the gray skies, out of play in the third base side. And the count is 0-2 on Julio. But the Rangers win tonight, 6-3. So the Mariners need a win to stay a half game back. A lot of baseball left to go, folks. Long way to go. And now time is called by Julio. Pats down the dirt with his right foot. Get a better toe hold. Game 1 of the homestand. Make your plans to come on by. The look in by Johnson, the windup and the 0-2. Swinging a fly ball into the gap in left center field. Good hang time over his Beckler. He's there. And he makes the catch, and that will retire the side. After 5, we go to the top of the 6th inning. Our Mechanics Bank score. It's the Mariners 3 and the Angels 2.
Line drive down the right field line. It's going to drop and score 2. Keith is home. Green right behind him. Torque over to third. Throw to second. Not in time. Kevin McGonigal, first major league at bat, is a 2-run double, and the Tigers take a 3-0 lead in the first.
Welcome to the big leagues, Kevin McGonigal.
6th pitch of the at bat. Down the right field line in the corner. Off the top of the wall. Another extra base hit for McGonigal. Throw to second. Not in time. First 2 major league at-bats. 2 doubles for Kevin McGonigal. How about Kevin McGonigal?
Boy, showing how quick he is on those inside pitches.
He's already at 60 in the 3rd. Works the count even. Cues it off the end of the bat. That's going to be a tough play for Bogarts, and not in time.
I don't know if it's surprised is the right word, because McGonigal runs well, but he gets down that line really quick.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Well, it's great to have you with us tonight from T-Mobile Park. Mariners and the Angels. M's on top 3-2. Here comes the first pitch from Kirby to Guzman, and that's low and away. Misses. 1 ball, no strikes. Mariners trailed 2-0, but they've scored 3 unanswered. Cal Raleigh, a 2 RBI base hit. Cole Young with a solo home run. George Kirby's thrown up zeros after allowing a home run to Neto in the 3rd inning. Struck out the side around a double last inning. Here comes his pitch on the way to Guzman. Swung on, popped up, foul territory, long run. Cal is over near the dugout, and he's going to watch that out of play on top of the dugout. So 1 ball, 1 strike as we take a look at the premium matchup presented by Alaska Airlines, the official airline of the Seattle Mariners and your new gateway to the world. Experience a new level of comfort aboard Alaska's new 787 Dreamliner, flying nonstop to top destinations around the globe. Kirby matching up against the Angels for the first time this year. Pitched really well against them last year, the 1-1. Swung on, hard ground ball, couple hops right to shortstop. Emerson has it, sets his feet, whips it to first. That's the out. One away. In two different outings, struck out 14 Angels. Not quite those strikeout numbers here, but he has 5 punch-outs, as Shonewell will stand in. 3-2 Mariners, 6th inning. Just 67 pitches. Kirby's been very efficient. He deals. Pops the mitt. That's a fastball at 95. It's a strike. Shonewell 0 for 2, a couple of ground balls. One a double play. George's had 2 of those. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, popped up, short left field, long run. Emerson, he's out. Randy is in. Randy's going to call Emerson off, who peels off at the last moment. Randy makes the catch, and there's 2 away. Good communication. Here's Soler. George looking for his second 1-2-3 inning.
If you're the shortstop in a play like that, you just go. It's your ball until you hear the left fielder call you off. Let him have it.
Mitch Ferris warming for the Angels. Here's the pitch. Over the corner. That steams on the edge. A 2-seam at 97. Soler doesn't look convinced, but does not challenge. Both teams, their full complement of challenges here. Kirby Wines delivers. Swung on, smoked on one hop. Diving stop at third base. JP whips it across the diamond on 2 hops to first base. In time, got him. Paint that one gold. JP Crawford. A tremendous play, and that's it for the Angels. They go 1-2-3. We move along to the bottom of the 6th. Mariners with the lead 3-2.
The Cubs are on fire and have turned 1060 West Addison Street, aka Wrigley Field, into the hottest address in baseball. This week, the Cubbies flew the W for the 15th straight time, their longest home winning streak since 08. And they're winning in dramatic fashion.
Dansby's going to score. The Cubs are going to walk off the red. 4-ball game. 3 straight walk-off wins in the series against Cincinnati.
At the center of it all is Nico Hoerner, flat out playing like the best second baseman in baseball. Shota Imanaga has been one of the game's best on the hill with a sub-2.5 ERA. With PCA doing PCA things in the field and a solid bullpen, this Cubs team looks built for the long haul. The NL Central has been baseball's toughest division. Will the Cubbies' home field advantage be the difference in the chase for the division crown?
Freddie Freeman leads off the 6th inning in a 1-1 game. Freeman sends a high drive to deep center field. Buxton back. He turns and watches it hit. Gone. Clears the wall and gives the Dodgers the lead.
Freddie with his 380th career home run.
They attacked Freddie with 3 four-seam fastballs in a row. You know, the first one was 94, and then he went 91-91, which you're not going to get many people out in the big leagues with a four-seamer at 91.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Legends Casino Hotel, within winning distance.
Well, it's been a fun one so far. Mariners on top of the Angels 3-2. Dom Canzone will lead off. He's 0 for 2 so far. New pitcher, Mitch Ferris, will take over a lefty. Here's the pitch. And he sends it away for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. So lefty on lefty matchup here. Ferris, a 3.45 ERA. This is his 15th game in the majors this year. Delivers. He sends a breaking ball on the corner. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. So the day is over for the Angels starter. Kind of undone by an error. The 1-1. On the edge. Tickles the corner at 93. Johnson, the starter, 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, just 1 earned. No walks, 3 strikeouts. The 1-2. Swung on, soft ground ball, foul. Hopping just wide of the first base bag. Dom ahead of a changeup. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mariners getting their first run thanks to Cole Young, a solo home run in the 3rd, and then Cal coming through, a 2 RBI base hit. The 1-2. Just wide. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So we take a look at the Northwest Chevy Equinox scoreboard. Rangers have won tonight, so the Mariners can't take first back. The 2-2. Swung on. Blasted. Right center field. This is going to go. Sail away. Dom Canzone. A no-doubter. A rocket to right center field. Canzone sizzling. He goes deep for the 13th time this season. The Mariners lead 4-2.
Man, he is so strong. Even with a sore right leg, he's able to get on that back leg, his left leg, and just drive through the ball into the J-Rod squad out there in right center field. As you mentioned, number 13 and number 6 here at the end of June for the month of June.
Here's Randy. The pitch to him. Swung on, popped up, that's out of play. Dom's second lefty on lefty homer this year. Notable. Here's the 0-1. Inside, Randy dances out of the way. 1 ball, 1 strike. So we've seen the Mariners. We talked about the slugs so much coming into this series. They've had a couple home runs here tonight. Here's the 1-1. Swung on a missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And the beauty of baseball in between those 2 home runs was that beautiful, soft bloop, 2-out, 2-run single by Cal Rowley.
Yeah, they've done a little bit of everything in this one. 4-2 Mariners, bottom of the 6th. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on, hit hard up the middle on the backhand. Peraza stops it, flings it to first in time to get Randy. That's a nice play. 1 away. Let's pause for station identification on the NC Machinery Mariners Radio Network. Four 4-2 Mariners, bottom of the 6th. Here's Josh Naylor. The pitch to him is low. Mentioned the Rangers beating Cleveland. Astros, though, fall to the Twins. They fought back at home, but the Twins hold on for a 5-4 win. Astros now 42-45 on the year. The 1-0. Swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. The A's have a tough series with the Dodgers starting tonight. Right now, LA leading 5-3 in the 5th inning. Max Muncy with a home run. The Dodgers, Max Muncy. I guess this is the Max Muncy matchup between the Dodgers and the A's. Here's the 1-1 down low. Each side with their own Max Muncy. Both in the lineup. Both playing third base. Both batting 7th. Do they do that? Do they get together before the game to discuss that?
I think the managers had a little talk. Hey, why don't we put our guys in the same spot?
That's great. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the offer. This is low. 3-1 on Josh. Wearing red batting gloves tonight, red arm sleeve. Matching his red shoes. The 3-1. Misses away, ball 4, so Naylor has reached. Mariners a 4-2 lead. Looking to play some add-on. Here's Cal. Big hit in the 4th, a 2 RBI base hit. So he's 1 for 2 so far tonight, batting right-handed. Naylor takes off. Here's the pitch. It's a strike. Throw to second base. Not nearly in time. Naylor slides. He's safe. 15th steal of the season for Josh Naylor. He was off to the races.
This guy is amazing. His timing is absolutely unbelievable, and he does it off a left-hander. It's tough to steal against a left-handed pitcher because he's looking right at you. But Naylor somehow does it.
Cal, a chance for another RBI. Here's the pitch. And it's over the corner for a strike. Cal's our working hard player of the game, brought to you by Timberland Pro and Whistle Workwear. For the ones working hard every day, Timberland Pro available at Whistle Workwear. No balls, 2 strikes on Cal. Here's the pitch. Too wide. He takes a cutter off the plate, 1-2. Now, Ferris this year has allowed 6 home runs. The one to Canzone was the first one allowed to a lefty this year. The 1-2. Bounced in. That was like cricket. I don't think that reached the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Naylor is lead at second base, 1 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Not close. A changeup wide. O'Hoppe goes lunging after it to keep it from going to the backstop.
That's 2 changeups. One that bounced way out in front of the plate. This one almost made it to the backstop.
I don't think he has a feel for the changeup.
I don't think so. You can eliminate that pitch.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to go back to it right here.
No. Cal sitting on the fastball from here to Lumen Field.
Here comes the 3-2. Swung on and missed. He went cutter. Cal swings through. That's the punch out. And there's 2 away. Mariners would love to get that run in from second. They lead by 2, but they want some more. As Cole Young will bat. He's had a great day. A home run, a single. So a 2-hit day so far. 2 for 2. The home run to dead center field. The pitch. Swung on, crushed. Right field. No doubt. Fly away. Cole Young off the facing of the second deck. Unbelievable. A 2-run blast. Cole Young and the Mariners, their 3rd home run on the day. Cole Young has gone deep twice. It's 6-2 Mariners.
What a night for Cole Young. This one just underneath the windows of the Hit It Here Cafe. Off the ribbon board, as you mentioned, and he jumps on the first pitch. He was looking for it. He got it, and he creamed it. So the Mariners now with 3 home runs on the night. Cole with 2 of them. The other one belongs to Dom Canzone, also here in the bottom of the 6th.
Here's Victor. The pitch. Swung on, hard hit up the middle, right there, the shortstop Neto. Gloves, hurries his throw to first to get the out. And that's it for the Mariners, but 3 more on the board. They go deep twice. Canzone, a solo home run. Cole Young, number 2 on the night, a 2-run home run. And the Mariners in front of the Angels. We head to the 7th. Mariners with the lead on the NC Machinery Mariners Radio Network.
Reynolds backing up on this ball and misplays it.
Well, I don't know what happened to Reynolds there. He badly misjudged that ball. He moved back.
That's outstanding.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that, Garrett. That's a lot of work.
And Thomas lost the bat and nearly took out Luis Ariza in the on-deck circle in so doing. That's great. The umpire comes in, no catch, no catch. Camaro's like, sure I did. See? That's great. 22-year-old having fun.
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. O-Pee-Chee was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
1966 with Billy Sorrell.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
With the lead. Kirby's first pitch of the inning to Meckler. That's a strike here in the 7th inning. It's all coming up Mariners tonight so far. Cole Young, his first multi-homer game of his career. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, sizzled to center field. Julio ranging back right there, makes the catch. There's one away.
Gary just visited with your high school history teacher from Stadium High School.
Mr. Ketelenich.
Yeah, Mr. Ketelenich here, and he said you were a great student, and I'm not surprised with the way you, every time we go to a different city, the way you look for historical places and things. And
yeah, Mr. Ketelenich was a great teacher. He ignited my passion for history, and I feel so fortunate. All the cities we go to, I get to breathe in the history. Here's the pitch to Adele. Whether we're in Boston or D.C. or wherever we go.
Especially Washington,
the museums, everything else. I love it. So thank you, Mr. Ketelenich, and it's great to have you here. Here's the pitch. That's taken for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
From Pittsburgh to seek out Roberto Clemente's museum and Josh Gibson's gravesite.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Here comes the 1-1. That's swung on and missed. I remember driving through Virginia on my way to a basketball game and stopping at every Civil War battlefield on the way, including Appomattox Courthouse, which I loved.
I was at Gettysburg.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a kid, we'd go on a 2-week vacation every year. My mom and dad pack up, me and my brother in the back seat with our Archie comic books and a pillow and sweet tarts.
Here's the 1-2. And that misses away. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
To Williamsburg, Virginia, and it's like you, I love the history. And thank goodness for teachers like your history teacher here tonight.
The 2-2 swung on, broken bat, looper, short center field. Julio, long run, ranging in there. He makes the catch. 2 outs. So George now has retired 6 in a row. Here with us inside the Western Washington Toyota radio booth. And we were in Pittsburgh. We stopped by one of our all-time favorites, the Roberto Clemente Museum, which is such a great stop. Anytime you're in Pittsburgh, following the Mariners, will be there in 2 years again. Here's the pitch. Swung out, a broken bat. Bounding ball right to Cole Emerson. Has it, throws on the move to get Peraza. He's out. 7 in a row knocked down by George Kirby. 2 runs allowed through 7 innings. What a night for George. 6-2, Mariners with the lead. We head to the bottom of the 7th.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Oh, my. Fly ball, right center field, and O'Neal Cruz with his first Cruz missile of the year. Off the lefty, Brandon Williamson. Cruz crushes it. Pirates get the run back. They lead 6-1.
That's a beautiful thing. Man, it just sounds different. This just sounds different coming off that bat. Look how far that ball went up in the stands, Brownie. O'Neal Cruz is just a special talent.
It's time for the great mascot race. Ready, set, go. And they're on. They're neck and neck. Look at them go, folks. The crowd loves it. Down the home stretch. It's too close to call. Here's the play at the plate. It's Southpaw. Congratulations. You won the great mascot race.
Favorite team. Mechanics Bank is built on strength and a deep commitment to the Pacific Northwest. In need of premium small business or commercial banking services? Add Mechanics Bank to your roster today. Stop by, call, or visit mechanicsbank.com/baseball. Member FDIC.
Mariners 3 home runs tonight. They lead 6-2 over the Angels. Here's Cole Emerson. Lefty still on Ferris. Here's the pitch. And it's a strike at the knees. Starts it with a slider. Ferris, who had not allowed a home run to a lefty this year, allowed 2 home runs to lefties last inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on that stroke center field, hit well, low back. He has room near the track, still backpedaling, makes the catch. There's one away. George Kirby, 7 innings of 2-run ball. It's been dynamite tonight. Brought to you by BECU. It's always a good time to save. Learn more about the BECU Early Saver account. BECU.org/early saver. Here's JP. The offer to him. Swung on, smashed right field. Odell doesn't have to move. Odell reaches up, makes the catch. And JP put away. Hit it hard in the wrong spot. Here's Julio. Julio 1 for 3. Ferris comes set. Here's the pitch. It's over. That's a strike on the corner. Mariners up by 4. 6 runs, 6 hits, 3 home runs. The pitch. Swung on a miss. Cole Young, his first multi-home run game, also tied for his career high in hits. He had 3 hits tonight as well. So that's a great night all the way around. Not to mention the power that he shows. That was off his home run, second one, off the facing of the second deck. Crushed it. The pitch. Inside. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Base is empty. Here's the offer. Misses away.
When the Mariners were in Pittsburgh, TV had a chance to catch up with his high school baseball coach. And he said in high school, he really got in the weight room to strengthen his arm.
The 2-2 is low.
And his upper body, and man, it shows with what he is doing this year. He's catching up to a lot of fastballs.
He's 1 home run away from double digits on the season. The 3-2. Down low, ball 4. Julio takes the walk. So he's reached base a couple of times, and that brings up Dom Canzone, who crushed his 13th home run of the season last time. That's a career high for Dom. Now the question is, what will his career high end up being at the end of the season? What's that number going to look like? Here's the pitch to Dom. Strike over the corner.
30.
Okay.
We're at the halfway point. Well, game number 86, just by halfway point. He's going to get healthy.
The 0-1. Swung on, foul back. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Julio at first. 6-2 Mariners over the Angels.
Power hitters, sometimes they get in that groove and they stay there, and the home runs can come in bunches.
Tom has 3 career multi-home run games. The pitch. Strike 3 called. A slider on the corner. That's it for Dom, and that's it for the Mariners in the 7th. But Mariners with the lead 6-2. We head to the 8th inning on the inside.
is the most famous jersey in baseball, right? The Yankee pinstripes, the interlocking NY, and the Midnight Navy. I was a Yankee fan growing up my whole life, diehard, and became a free agent after 7 years with the Rockies, and I wanted to be a Yankee so bad. Putting this jersey on for a headshot for the first time, it felt different than any other shirt I'd ever put on in my career.
Our Mechanics Bank score, it's the Mariners 6 and the Angels 2 as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Josh Lowe will lead it off. George Kirby back out there working into the 8th inning, and he delivers ball 1. He's retired the last 8 batters in a row. Hasn't given up a run since the Neto home run back in the 3rd. Next offer swinging a foul back behind the plate, and the count is even on Lowe at 1 ball and 1 strike. So what a performance tonight by George Kirby. But the bullpen is busy right now. You got the left-hander warming up, Jose Ferrer, and the right-hander, Eduard Bizardo. The windup of the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, fly ball, well hit, left center field. Julio on the run, and this one is off the top of the wall. And the long throw into second base, sliding in head first, safe, is Josh Lowe. And Julio made it a close play with a strong throw. That ball almost left the ballpark to left center field, right in front of the Mariners bullpen, where Bizardo and Ferrer are warming up. Man, Lowe is some kind of stronger left-handed hitter going the other way. This one hit off the 376 sign. It left center right back to Julio. He threw a rocket into second base, but give Lowe a leadoff double. That'll bring up Logan O'Hoppe. Struck out twice by Kirby. George has given up 4, 5, 6 base hits, given up 2 runs. The set by Kirby, a look back, and the pitch. O'Hoppe is swinging a pop-up, in behind first base, foul territory, right by the coach's box. Josh Naylor is there to make the easy catch, and there's one away. Say, friends, you still have 2 more chances to take home this Cal Raleigh Funko Pop giveaway. The first 10,000 fans tomorrow and Thursday will score this one-of-a-kind collectible before the Mariners take on the Angels. Lock in your seats today at Mariners.com. Remember, the Mariners series with the Angels continues tomorrow night, off Wednesday because of the soccer game, the World Cup game going on at Lumen Field, or Seattle Stadium, they're calling it. And then Thursday will be the final game of the series here at home against the Angels. Then the Blue Jays come to town. Here's Zach Neto, runner at second, the pitch. Low and outside, and the dirt ball gets away briefly from Cal Raleigh just to his right. And holding it second is Lowe. Want to know the count on Neto is at a big night with a double and a home run. And he has scored the Angels 2 runs tonight. Mariners lead by a score of 6-2. Speaking of fun nights, we got a fun night coming up on Thursday, July 2nd. It's going to be called Rizmas in July. Take off on our Christmas in July. For that game against the Angels. Here's the 1-0 pitch of the way. Swing and a miss by Neto, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. He can come celebrate the holiday season. A little bit on the early side on July the 2nd, a Thursday night. Get your special tickets at Mariners.com/Rizmas, RIZZSMAS, and buy yourself a special ticket. Here's the set by Kirby. George will look back at the 1-1 to Neto. Low and inside for ball 2, 2-1. $10 from every ticket will go to our Toys for Kids charity, and that'll help us raise funds to buy toys for kids, homeless kids, and underserved children during the holiday season. Help support our Rick's Locker program, our backpack program, and our Dave Henderson Scholarship program. Next offer on the way, and it's low and inside for ball 3, 3-1 the count on Neto. You'll also receive a Rizmas t-shirt. So get your tickets for Rizmas in July coming up on Thursday, July 2nd for the game against these Angels. We got a challenge here, and it's a ball. So Cal challenge, he thought it was going to be a strike, so the count is 3-1 on Zach Neto. 1 on, 1 out, top of the 8th. Mariners lead 6-2. Kirby has gone all the way so far the stretch. And the 3-1 on the way to Neto. Up and in for ball 4, so Neto draws a walk. He's been on board now 3 times. The Angels have runners at first and second with one away for Denzer Guzman. The ground ball double play gets George out of the inning. Right now it's Josh Naylor out to the mound. Have a talk with George, and here comes Cal Raleigh out in front of the plate now. Continues the walk to have a visit with George.
George has gone 8 or more 4 different times in his career. He's gone 9 innings once. It's the oddity of George that one was not a complete game.
Yeah.
But he does have 2 complete games. They were both 8 innings. And the one time he went 9 innings was not a complete game. So.
And here he is pitching in the 8th inning with 1 out. George earlier this year, 8 innings, that complete game in the loss at Texas. That was a close one by a score of 3-2. And Wilson near the top step of the dugout, giving George a chance to try to get out of this inning with a double play ball. Here's Guzman, 1 for 3. RBI back in the first inning. The pitch to him, swinging a ground ball, cued foul right off the end of the bat. Past the Angels' first base coach, and the count is 0-1 on Guzman. That's Adam Eaton over there at first base. Had a nice career in the big leagues. Now the stretch and the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss by Guzman, and the count is now 0-2. Kirby with 5 strikeouts along the way in this one. He's right around 90 pitches. So this is going to be his final inning. Runners get their leads at first and second, the stretch, and the 0-2 on the way to Guzman. Breaking ball is low and outside for ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nolan Shanuel due up next. But George would love to get Guzman to hit a ground ball right to Emerson at short. Low on it, second. Neto the runner at first. Here's the pitch. And it's down low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mariners looking for a bounce back win tonight here in Seattle against the Angels. Mariners 1-2 against the Angels this year. The stretch. And the 2-2 on the way to Guzman. It is strike 3 called. A little bit of a late call as the home plate umpire, Chris Guccione, wound up a little bit. It's a strikeout for Kirby, strikeout number 6. And the Angels have 2 down here in the top half of the 8th inning. Well, for a second, Guccione was going to go into the moonwalk like Leslie Nielsen in the movie. Man, I forget the name of the movie. Here's Nolan Shanuel. Here's the stretch. Naked Gun. Here's the pitch on the way to Shanuel. Swing and a miss. A wave. A weak wave, and the count is 0-1. 2 on and 2 outs. Top of the 8th inning. Nice crowd tonight. On a Monday evening, Mariners have drawn very well. Fan support has been outstanding. Here's the stretch by George, and the 0-1 on the way. It's high to Shanuel for ball 1, 1 ball, and 1 strike. Shanuel is 0 for 2 on the night. George looking to get out of a little bit of a jam here in the 8th. Needs 1 more out. This set and the 1-1 on the way. Shanuel a swing and a foul back behind the plate, and the count, a ball and 2 strikes. George with a new baseball from Guccione, the plate umpire. Mariners 6 runs on the night on 6 base hits. Cole Young with his first multi-home run game of his young career. 2 home runs tonight for Cole Young. And also a home run by Dom Canzone. Runners get their leads. The look in by Kirby. And the right-handers 1-2 pitch on the way to Shanuel. It's a breaking ball low and inside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. George out of Rye, New York. We're up near Citi Field, the home of the Mets. I think it was his 2nd game that he started in the big leagues against the Mets in New York before a lot of family and friends. First round pick in June of 2019. Here's the set. And now the 2-2 on the way. Swinging a little pop-up down the left field line. Foul territory. Crawford over, dive, slides, can't get to it. And he slides right into that short wall. Down the left field line, pops up right away, throws the ball down the left field line. And fortunately, JP's all right. Made a good effort. And the count is still even on Shanuel at 2 balls, 2 strikes. This definitely is Kirby's last inning. Pitch count over 90. And leaving Kirby out there to get that final out of the inning, the stretch. And again, the 2-2, swinging a tapper fouled away behind the plate. And it's still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Game 1 of the 3-game series with the Angels. Kirby just a few years ago, an all-star. He was 13-10 that year with a 3.35 ERA, made 31 starts. That's when the all-star game was played right here at T-Mobile Park. George didn't like the feel of the baseball, throws it away. Didn't like the feel of the other baseball and threw it away. And it reminds me of Al Hrabosky with the Royals. He threw away about 5 baseballs. The umpire got ticked off. Umpire did. Here's the stretch and the 2-2, but a look and no throw to the plate. A turnaround move as he checked in with Lowe at second base. But every ball the umpire gave to Hrabosky, he threw it away. And then I think the umpire rolled one to him. Here's the stretch. And the 2-2 swing and a miss. And a knuckle curve, strike 3. And that's going to retire the side. Kirby strikes out Nolan Shanuel. And the Angels leave 2 runners stranded here in the top of the 8th inning. What a night for George Kirby. And he gets a standing O from the fans as he walks to the Mariners' first base dugout. What a night for George Kirby. We go to the bottom of the 8th.
And he'll hit it in the hole. Tovar, a long throw from the outfield. Grass, they got him. Oh, my goodness. Cruz the other way to deep right center, the other way. And Kaiser leaps and makes a phenomenal catch up against the wall.
Shallow, trouble. Griffin makes the play. Connor Griffin. Tremendous play by the Pirates shortstop.
Leaping catch by Curtis Mead for the out. Snow cone in the webbing of the glove.
Line to center. Pete Crow Armstrong in. Slides and he makes the catch. Great play by Pete. The throw from Montgomery to second. Got him. What an arm from the rookie, Braden Montgomery. 5-10 makes the catch. A dazzling effort again from Abreu and a tip of the cap from Sonny Gray.
One's driven out to right field. That takes Nimmo back to the wall. He makes the catch.
Hit that wall hard, but he makes the play, and this one's over. 1-0. Crack to deep center field. Varsho going back as far as he can go. And Legaliers has a grand slam. 6-2 A's. Shea's 3rd home run of the series is a grand slam. And they have blown this game wide open. And in grand fashion.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Mariners.
Left fielder Randy Rosarena will lead off the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the pitch from Ferris. Curveball, swing and a miss. 0-1. Our Mechanics Bank score. It's the Mariners 6 and the Angels 2 on a superb performance tonight from George Kirby. Swinging a hearty ground ball to third. Up with the ball is Guzman. Tossed across in time to get Randy for the out. And there's one away. But the story tonight, George Kirby. Time now for the Muckleshoot Casino Resort Pen Report. Mariners haven't had to use anybody, but they will in the top of the 9th inning because George Kirby went 8 fabulous innings, gave up 2 runs on 7 hits, no walks, and he struck out 7 along the way. What a night for Furious George. Here's Josh Naylor. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 8th, the pitch to Josh. Curve low and outside, ball 1. That was the Pen Report brought to you by Muckleshoot Casino Resort. They stayed in the pen for 8 innings. Man, anytime your starter can do something like George Kirby did tonight, that is huge. For not only just tonight, here's the pitch on the way. Check swing, it's a strike. And the count is now even, I think. No, it's ball. Make it 2-0 the count on Naylor. But that helps you out for tomorrow and the next game. The stretch and the 2-0. Swinging a high fly ball, left center field. Drifting back to the 1-inning track. Josh Lowe near the wall. He's there, leaps up, and he makes the catch right in front of the pen. So Naylor, a good ride the other way into the gap in left center field as Lowe gets to it and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Cal Rowling.
George Kirby is all smiles in the dugout, getting congratulations by all his teammates. That one has to feel great.
Oh,
great night for George.
You better believe it, Gary. He was fantastic. Here's the stretch and the pitch on the winning Cal. Check swing, and it's down low for ball one because he starts off giving up a leadoff double on the first pitch to Neto. He scores on a base hit, and then Neto hits a home run, and the Angels have a 2-0 lead. And from that point on, George went, you guys are done for the rest of the night. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Cal. Check swing, fouls it away inside the Mariners' first base dugout on the check swing, and the count is even on Cal at 1-1.
He's been frustrated with himself at times this year, so this is one that he should just purely enjoy.
No doubt about it.
Great night.
And the offense came through tonight. They took advantage of a costly error by Guzman at third that would have retired the side, but the Mariners ended up getting 2 big runs in the fourth. The next pitch, swing and a miss by Cal. And the count is now 1-2 strikes.
Hopefully Cal can reach. I'd like to see Cole Young get a chance at his fourth hit.
And another home run. He's on deck. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's way outside for ball 2. You might give a wish. Count is even on Cal at 2-2. But Cole Young on deck is 3 for 3 with 2 home runs. His first multi-home run game in his young career. The stretch and the 2-2 on the way, and that's outside for ball 3. 3-2 the count on Cal, hoping to get Young up there for another at bat here in the bottom of the 8th. Ferris ready, the lefty, and the 3-2 pitch is strike 3 called, and that will retire the side. Cal standing there. Does he want to challenge? Yes, he does. He's going to challenge this call. He thinks it's ball 4.
Although he's walking away.
Oh, no, it's in there by a pretty good margin. It's strike 3. Yeah, that will retire the side. Well, we go to the top of the 9th inning. Last try for the Angels. Our Mechanics Bank score, the Mariners 6 and the Angels 2.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Santiago and the plate umpire Joe West waiting, and West is saying, throw the ball. So Joe's putting a little heat on Mondesi. Look at this. How do you like that? Strike. And he hadn't come up to the plate yet. Oh, here comes Lasorda. And Joe West, Cowboy Joe West, has just lassoed Raul Mondesi.
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people, like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
Well, here we go to the top half of the 9th inning. Last try for the Angels. Our Mechanics Bank score. It's the Mariners 6 and the Angels 2. And left-hander Jose Ferrer will take over to get the final 3 outs in this one. George Kirby, outstanding. The starter went 8 innings. Second time he's gone 8 innings today. Won a complete game in the loss down in Texas to the Rangers. And this one, 8 innings. Mariners with a 4-run lead going to the 9th. Jorge Soler will lead things off. Ferrer ready. The pitch to Soler. And it's low and inside for ball 1. Great to see Marilyn Niehaus here at the ballpark tonight with her her son-in-law Steve Dunn and Audrey, her granddaughter. Here's the stretch by Ferrer, and the lefty's 1-0 pitch on the way. Soler takes low and inside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Audrey heading back down to San Diego State. So proud of her. Here's the stretch by Ferrer, and the 2-0 pitch, and that's inside, ball 3. 3-0 with a 4-run lead. You don't want to be walking anybody. Soler 1 for 3 on the night. Took a great play by Crawford to get him for an out in the 6th. Now the 3-0 pitch. Soler taking all the way, standing there like a statue, and he takes it for a strike. 3-1. But the story tonight, George Kirby. 8 strong innings, and Cole Young, 3 hits, 2 home runs. The stretch of the 3-1 pitch, swung on, fouled out of play down the right field side, and the count is full 3-2. Gary, it was cloudy all night long, and now we've got a pretty good sun break way off to our left. Sun is coming out on this baseball team. That's a good sign.
Yeah, it's all come together. That's right. That's right.
3-2, and it's inside for ball 4. So Soler with a leadoff walk here in the top of the 9th inning. Yeah, finally the sun has broken through the cloudy skies.
Some kind of metaphor for the Mariners tonight.
It wasn't too sunshiny in the last 6 days.
No, as it turns out, no.
It was kind of cloudy. Now the sun breaking through. Here we go. Here's Jose Siri to bat for Meckler. This is Siri, a right-handed bat. So Siri steps in, batting .268 in the year, 4 home runs, 16 runs batted in. The stretch by Ferrer delivers. Fastball, a strike, the count 0-1. This call to the bullpen brought to you by the Sunset Auto Family in Sumner and Auburn. You just get more in Sunset, and people do like that. And a few steps at third base is Crawford. Here's the stretch, and the pitch to Siri. Low and inside for ball 1, 1-1. Down by 4. I don't think Siri's going to be bunting, but just in case, Crawford is right there at the cut of the grass. Soler lead at first base, the stretch, and the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Mariners looking to even up their record against the Angels right now at 1-2 with that 3-game series way back in early April. That was down in Anaheim. We'll see quite a bit of this ball club in the second half of the season. Another trip down to Anaheim. That's going to be the last trip of the regular season in September. The look in by Ferrer, and now the lefties 1-2 on the way to Siri. It is strike 3 called on the inside corner, and Siri wants to challenge. So right now there's 1 away, but let's see with the challenge. Looking up at Mariners' vision up there, and boom, it is a strike on the inside corner at the knee, so a strikeout for Ferrer. 1 out for the Angels here in the top of the 9th inning. Mariners lead 6-2, and that'll bring up Joe Adell.
7 of the last 15 games of the season.
The set by Jose delivers, and it's low and inside with a breaking ball, ball 1.
But yeah, 7 of the last 12 games of the season will be against the Angels.
They see each other quite a bit.
3 of the others against the Rockies, so a chance to end on a flurry.
Now the 1-0, low and inside, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. That's going to be my next road trip.
Yes.
My final season. And then the postseason. Here's the stretch and the 2-0. Check swing. Did he go? He did. And the count is 2-1 on Adell.
Yeah, hopefully you'll see a lot more trips.
Yep.
After the regular season.
We will, Gary.
Flying all over the place. All kinds of different cities during the final month.
I would love that. The fans would love it. Here is the stretch and the 2-1 pitch. Strike 2 called, and the count is even on Adell. At 2 balls and 2 strikes. Adell last year, 37 home runs, 98 runs batted in. Quite a year. Soler at first. Here's the pitch. It is a little bit inside with a changeup for ball 3. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mariners tonight, 6 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Angels, 2 runs, 6 hits, and 1 costly error. The stretch 3-2 pitch, swung on, chopped through the right side of the infield for a base hit. Down to second goes Soler on a single by Adele. Just punches it through the right side of the infield. And now the Angels have runners at first and second with one out.
Munoz has started to throw.
Andres getting loose in the bullpen, but now Ferrer can end it with one pitch, a double play pitch. Oswald Peraza, the hitter, 0 for 3 on the night. Last time up, grounded out to Colt Emerson at short. Here's the stretch and the pitch to Peraza, up and away for ball one. And this is a good timeout right here called by Cal Raleigh. Cal Raleigh, when he sees that a pitcher is starting to wobble a little bit, there's ball one. He already has walked Soler to lead off the inning. Long at bat, gave up the base hit to Adele with one out. Now Cal out there just to settle down Ferrer, along with Josh Naylor, who always joins in on the conversation to help out, just to give Ferrer a little bit of a breather. Cal, a little soft punch to the chest of Ferrer, and turns around and heads on back behind home plate. That is the value of Cal Raleigh. Besides the 60 home runs last year, 125 runs batted in, the average, all the great things he did with the bat, that's why he should have been the MVP. Here's the pitch on the way, and that's a strike, and the count is even on Peraza at 1 ball and 1 strike. He should have been called the plumber, because anytime there was a little bit of a leak, he'd go out there and fix it. Did it time and time again. The 1-1 on the way. Swinging a ground ball to short. Emerson's got it over to second. One. Relayed at first, and the ball game is over. A double play, and the Mariners take the opening game of the homestand. In game one against the Angels, they win at a final score of 6-2. And what a turnaround for the Mariners on the heels of the rough road trip. Mariners just need a little home cooking, and they got it tonight from George Kirby, who went 8 outstanding innings, gave up just 2 runs, no walks, struck out 7, and he picks up his 7th win of the season and his 8th career win against the Angels. And what a night for Cole Young. He goes 3 for 3 with 2 home runs, his first multi-home run game of his very young baseball career. So the Mariners with a mighty big win tonight. Final score of 6-2 over the Angels. And that little timeout right there by Cal Raleigh and Josh Naylor helped out Jose Ferrer. Yes, indeed. He got the double play ball off the bat of Peraza to end the ball game. Taylor made, Emerson to Young, on to Naylor for the final 2 outs of this ball game. And the Mariners walk away with the 6-2 win. They're back to 500 at 43 and 43 on the year. With Texas winning tonight in Cleveland, the Mariners remain just a half game back behind the Rangers, who are still in first place in the American League West. So the Mariners with a big win tonight over the Angels here at T-Mobile Park. Great crowd tonight. Mariners win at 6-2. We'll be back with more from T-Mobile Park right after this timeout.
Are you ready to hit a home run with your shopping? Look no further than the Fred Meyer Mariners Rewards Program. It's your ticket to win big while you shop. Here's how it works. For every $1 you spend on participating products like Sugar Bee Apples and Twisted Tea, you earn Fred Meyer Mariners Rewards points. Redeem your points all season long for game tickets, T-Mobile Park Concert Series tickets, VIP experiences, and more. Visit fredmeyer.com/Mariners for details.
Seattle fans, get in the game and swing for the fences at Muckleshoot Casino Resort. You'll always find all-star